So today we're going to be looking at the best goalkeepers in FC26 because at the moment goals galore are flying in and you want to be able to be secure at the back. Starting off, we have got ter Stegen. I am going to put him in the usable category. I think he's a very good goalkeeper, but I think his height can let him down a tiny bit. Very good links into the likes of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Mateus, those sort of players. However, I do think there are better options. One of the ones I will chuck straight into the usable category again will be Alex Romero. I think I've used this card for the majority of the year so far. He's very underrated and one of those kind of cheap, overpowered beasts, I believe. The card is insane. He's about 1,000 coins. I highly recommend if you're running a Spanish or La Liga team, give him a go over ter Stegen. Starting off with one of the first meta players is going to be Mamardashvili. This card is an absolute joke. We do take a look at him over on FUT.GG. You'll see here the card comes in at just over 12,000 coins. He's got far throw, he's got footwork, and he's got cross claimer. Having cross claimer this year on your goalkeeper is very handy because it does allow them to actually come out and catch the crosses when someone plays it a bit too close to him. However, sometimes it still doesn't work. He's 6'6", which I think is absolutely insane as well. He's got 74 reactions, but this card for some reason just seems to be an absolute god against me and against everyone else. I've used him, he was awful for me, but for everyone else he is an absolute joke. Chevalier is next on the list and I am going to put him straight up in the top meta as well. I think this card is an absolute steal for what he offers. As you can see here, he has footwork and rush out. However, rush out on him closing him down on the 1v1s just makes this card insane. I don't know what it is, or the pros are rocking him at the moment because of the different requirements. He's 6'2", but he seems to be able to save everything, if not get close to everything. This card is an absolute joke. 80 reactions, 86 reflexes, great positioning, diving's great. Keep him on a basic and he gets those little bit of boosts as you can see here. I think this card is one of the best cheap beasts and great links to Neves, Vitinha, Ousmane Dembele, Keva if you have those sort of players. And even the back line, Marquinhos, Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, Pacho. So many great links, and for a cheap price I don't think you can really go wrong. Manuel Neuer, I think he's going straight in the mid position. He has got ping pass as a plus. I don't know why you need that on a goalkeeper. I think he's okay for if you're rocking a Bundesliga team, but in my opinion, go get Chevalier, Mamardashvili, those sort of cards because they are going to be the better ones. De Gea, straight again, I think he's up there as, I'd say, a usable card. I think he can be meta at times, but I do think sometimes he does let a few easy chances go in. Great positioning, great diving and reflexes. I think this card isn't bad, but I do think there are better alternatives. For example, Mainan being the next one, I would put him up there as one of the meta cards as well. French links, which helps as well, so you can link into different leagues a lot easier. So like I said, Ousmane Dembele, Mbappe, those sort of players which you want to get a bit of a link into. He's one of the go-tos, you know, he's got 84 plus stats almost on every stat bar from speed. This card is actually very good in game compared to last year. Next up, I'm going to put the Silver Yashin into usable. For some reason, he has got a silver icon. If you want to check out how to get those cards, I have uploaded videos on the channel on doing so. Very good card if I'm being honest. He does what he's meant to do, 91 reactions. He is a silver. You get him by getting 10 clean sheets with 3 silver players in your team. But I do think he's a usable card, and in the next couple of seasons, you're going to be able to evo these cards, which will make him better as well. Next up, you've got Donnarumma. He is probably the best goalkeeper in the game right now if you want a gold card. He saves almost everything. He's huge in game. And as we take a look at him, as you can see, he's got footwork. He's got the deflector as a playstyle plus, which means he pushes the ball a lot further away, so it tends to go for a throw-in more so. He is also 6'5". He is an absolute giant in game. 87 reactions. Same again, you put basic on him, and then he's got 90 positioning, 93 diving, 86 handling. This card is an absolute joke. Great links as well for Marmouche, Rodri, a lot of good players, Javadio, which seems to be a popular card this year. If you can afford him, I'd go get him in your team. He is probably the best goalkeeper gold card in the game right now. Next up, we have David Raya. Same again, he is going in the meta category. This card is also a pain, seems to get down to everything, seems to be able to save the low-driven shots. This card is an absolute joke. Again, I think he's on par with Chevalier, Mamardashvili. If you're going for those at the moment, those are probably the top 5 goalkeepers in the game right now. And I don't think it can come close to anyone. Possibly you could argue the Courtois and Alisson on the list could replace Mainan. However, I do see Raya, Donnarumma, Chevalier and Mamardashvili in almost every other game that I'm playing in Rivals and Champs. Next up on the list, you have got Van der Sar. I am going to put him straight into the meta category. I think this card is an absolute joke. I think he saves a lot of shots. I think he's very overpowered, as he is almost every year. The only reason pros don't use him is because of the new requirements. They have to have a certain amount of cards, icons, etc. And it's a lot different this year. However, I do think he's up there as a top card. Once people get the budget for him, I think a lot of people will start using him. Courtois this year, I think he's usable. I think same again, he misses having the footwork. I think he's got great diving, he's got great positioning and handling. However, him not having footwork, the low driven just seem to seep through him every single time. I do think he's a very, very good option, and for the Real Madrid links to Camavinga, Ferland Mendy, those sort of players, Militao, he offers that. But apart from that, I don't think he's actually the top go-to goalkeeper this year as of right now. Casillas, I'm going to chuck him straight in the top meta category. If you can afford this card, I can see him being absolutely broken, and here's why. So this card is 515,000 coins, but he has footwork as a plus and far reach. Last year, if you used his Team of the Year icon that he got, as much as he's 6'1", and if you put a basic on him, it boosts his stats. 89 reactions is crazy for a goalkeeper. Finesses aren't so overpowered outside the box this year, so I can see this card being even better. Far reach is amazing, so if someone is trying to finesse it, he should reach it. But having the footwork for those low-driven shots, he's going to get down to him a lot faster than most keepers, and I think he's going to be up there as one of the go-to guys that the pros will look at using eventually. Next up on the list is Alisson. I am going to put him straight in the usable category. Same again, gives great links to the Liverpool players, Konate, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, all those sort of players, even Salah. But I do think he's not the top go-to meta goalkeeper this year. I think he's very usable, and I do think he comes out with a lot of good saves, but I don't think he's better than Raya this year or Donnarumma. I think at the moment Donnarumma and Raya are probably the top two goalkeepers, followed by Chevalier and Mamardashvili. And finally on the list we have got Gianluigi Buffon. I'm going to put him straight in the mid category if I'm being honest. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but the fact that he only has one playstyle, if we do take a look at him, and you can see here it's 570,000 coins. He has far reach plus. It was great last year because him being 6'4" with that playstyle, it just meant that Vinesse shots and Trivella's outside the box were very, very hard to score against him, but that's not really a thing this year. I don't think he is the go-to. I think if he had footwork as a playstyle or a playstyle plus, I think that would be very, very usable and make him a lot more viable, and I'd put him up to usable if not meta, but I don't see him as much. I don't think he's going to be that good. Obviously, FootGG has ranked him as the second best goalkeeper in the game. I would disagree with this. I think there's a lot better, cheaper alternatives which cost less than 10k, which are better. So this as a whole would be my personal opinion on what I think are the best goalkeepers in the game. They are not in any specific order. I've just put Mamardashvili there and so forth. But if you're looking for the top goalkeepers, I highly recommend getting one of those in, which will help you in weekend league massively. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below who you're using in goal and if you agree and disagree with any of these. And if you're new to the channel, why not hit that subscribe button? We're on the road to 1,000 subs, and I'll catch you in the next one.